Okay, we are live right now. Hi, friends. Welcome to fashionmostwanted.com. And today we are having one more live session. Our guest today is a very special friend of mine, and we've known each other for a very long time. She's going to join us in talking about all the nuances that go into making styling an ad film. She's been a designer, model, and a stylist for almost 8 to 10 years now, and she has tremendous experience in this field. So, without wasting any time, I would like to invite you, Tanya Sharma, who will be joining us right now. Hi, Tanya,
Hi,
what's
hi,
up?
Jeremy. Nothing. I think I was the first one to join. I was so nervous. I was like, okay, when do I join? When do I join? So I came on
I
board.
know. I was slightly having problem with my Bluetooth speakers, so I had to kind of,
Yeah.
had some technical glitches, you could call them.
Oh my God, fancy. Can you hear me properly though?
Yeah, perfect.
Okay, great.
Is my sound fine?
Yeah, yeah, absolutely fine. Perfect. Yeah.
So tell me, Tanya, how are you spending your lockdown right now, and what are your experiences during this period?
Well, quite honestly, I'm actually enjoying it now, Jeremy, because I've got a really. I come from an army background. My dad's from the army, so I have like a strict routine the whole day that I've chalked out for myself, and thankfully, I'm sticking to it. So it starts with my yoga practice, and then I study, and then I cook and clean. That we all are doing the housework, and then in the evening do a little bit of another workout. So just keeping a balance here, and then exploring other ways. Maybe this is a time for us to think further if our careers need to take another direction. So thinking of creating short term goals for the future post this, just keeping myself positive, and yeah, I think it's fun.
That's really nice, yeah. And
Yeah,
so I've been seeing your post, and you've been doing a lot of workshops. You've been engaging a lot, and you're making the best time out of the lockdown.
yeah,
Personally, I feel that the lockdown has really taught us a lot, and we've kind of, tried to understand the kind of, graces and blessings that we have with the limited resources and the things that
yeah,
we can do. And
yeah,
I think I've seen people breaking their boundaries also when they've been put through limitations, and I think that's very interesting. Talking
absolutely.
Talking about lockdown, I feel this is a very good time for people where they can actually they have the time, they have the resources to actually upskill, to actually learn new skills, to actually, juggle between
Upgrade
different
themselves,
professions.
yeah, yeah, upgrade their
Exactly,
own experiences and knowledge, to add to value to your own existence. This is the perfect time.
exactly. So, I mean, recently when the lockdown was just announced, and suddenly, for the first 1 week, I was feeling very agitated. But over a period of time, I started thinking of the time that I actually had, and I didn't have to, really go traveling, or I didn't have to meet friends, or I didn't have any
Yeah,
kind of obligation which
yeah,
I had to
distraction.
commit myself to.
Yeah.
And then I said, this was the best time that I could. So I did an online course on Photoshop, and I just enhanced
Mm-hmm.
my Photoshop skills. I
That's
started learning
amazing.
photo editing. I figured
Mm-hmm.
out how Insta Live works, and we decided to, start these Insta Live sessions, and it's been really rocking since then. So, yeah,
That's
and I
amazing.
personally feel that, at this point of time, it is very important for us to understand what skills we have
Yeah,
and to educate our followers
and
and
to
our
share.
readers as well as to
Yeah,
what are the options in careers that they can choose, or what are the different types of career options that they have. Because when you say styling, it's a very broad perspective. That's why I
yeah,
wanted to
yeah.
break it down with you. And to start off with, I'd like to ask you about your experience. Now, you've been a model when you started off. You've been a NIFT graduate. You've been
Yeah.
modeling. I've seen those pictures of yours. And then you got into designing. You
Fashion
showcased for a couple of
design.
shows at Lakme Fashion Week.
Four
And then
seasons.
you
Yeah,
got into styling. So how's the journey been so far?
It's been it's been beautiful. It's been a lot of hard work, obviously, a lot of challenges. But starting from, I mean, Fashion Week, I did that for 4 seasons, and while I was doing that, that was going on, and then I had a friend of mine, Afshan, who's a really a renowned director, ad film director now. So she randomly called me, and she's like, you're designing and everything, and I have this. Director that I work with, why don't you come and style it? I said, what do you mean style it? I didn't even know what it was. I was like, she's like, nahin, I mean, you design, so I'm sure you have, you have the basic sense, and why don't you just come and style the ad film? I was like, listen, I don't even know how this works. So like through being on the job is how I learned. And I had the opportunity to work with like the best directors, in the
Right.
industry from a very early on stage. So I learned from the best. So it was, we didn't, have courses or anything at that time, So
Right.
it was literally on the job. You learn, you make mistakes. But the one good thing about me was I was ready to learn. So I was accepting all the knowledge and everything that was coming to me, from the directors, producers. How is this, how does a set works? So I didn't limit myself to only knowing about my field. I was interested in, why is the director saying this, or why is the cameraman why is he using these lights? So you kind of then do a full-on course on the job, and I think that's what helped me become better and better at what I do. I've done around more than 100 ads till now, so yeah,
Right.
it's been great, yeah, but a lot
And
of
you've
hard work.
and you've been having a rocking journey, I must say,
Yeah.
with seeing all the works that you've done. Yeah, when I read about it, I was like, wow, you've been like places. So you've been doing, you've done a varied set of commercial
Yeah,
campaigns. Like you have done ad films, you've done music videos, and you
and
recently did
theater.
theater
Yeah,
as well. And you've done a
yeah,
web series for Netflix, Love Stories.
yeah,
So
yeah, last
what
year.
do you think was more challenging, and what do you think is more easy?
I think theater was the most challenging, because I mean, theater is such a beautiful medium. It's all live, and there's no scope to make any mistakes.
No mistakes, yeah.
The garment cannot rip on stage. Like there's nothing. There's no second chances there. So that
Haha.
was a very big challenge for me, and. Again, worked with the best, Rajit Kapoor, Makran sir, and Kalki, like learned a lot from them. So in terms of work, that was a big challenge. But advertising also is very challenging, but that's mainly because of the work hours that we put in, because the deadlines are so, like we have to churn out an ad like in a week or two. So that's also been challenging. In fact, the Lust Stories, working with Diwakar sir, that I feel a film could be lesser challenging for a costume designer because you get that time to prep,
Right.
and you can it's a little slower. You get enough time to breathe and like to think about your characters, and so I think it's a little easier, I would say, if I do a film. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
So I'd just like to tell all the viewers who've joined in now and who'll be joining in later. So we'll have a question answer session for you later on. Meanwhile, we're just
yeah.
discussing a few questions that we've got from our followers, and we'll share those first. And you can always go and see the video once it's recorded, and once it's aired, it will be on my profile. So you can
Mm-hmm.
always come and check it if you've missed out on anything. But you can keep your questions. We'll ask you for your questions later on, and we'll definitely make sure that we try to answer as many as we can. Yeah.
Yes, we
So
will. Yes, yes.
Tanya, uh, so if you're looking at styling for ad films as a career option, what do you think
Yes.
it takes, and what are the kind of nuances that you need to address or understand when you are styling? Firstly, before that, I would like to know that you've been backstage, you've done a fashion show as a designer, and you've
Yeah.
done ad films. What is the comparative styling efforts that go in these two aspects?
Okay, so a fashion show is your own. It's your creative process. That it's so the creative part comes from that one person. But in an ad film, it's the director, the agency that writes the script. It's the client who's selling the. Sorry, sorry.
I
It's
think,
the
yeah.
client who's selling the product. So it's in advertising, it's also people's management also to some degree, where it's not your it's just not your creative process. You are creating a design for a product, you know. So it's a little it's a little bit more challenging. You have to keep your ego aside. You know, your creative process is only to serve the brand. You know, so that has to be the most important thing. You can't be like, I like pink, so I'm going to use pink. No, you have to listen and kind of, you know, create a, what kind of pink. Maybe if you like a pink t-shirt, you kind of work with the director and say, okay, like, you know, like I want to do a pink t-shirt. Then he'd say, okay, then let's do this kind of pink. It's just an example that I'm giving you, but
Right.
you just have to remember that, you know, fashion shows or anything else is your process, and this is, you're working for someone. So yeah, so you
So
have to do
there's
justice to the brand at the end of it. Yeah.
right. So when I've seen your campaigns especially, and I see there's a very thematic, there's a very unique feel to every campaign that you've done, and like
Yeah.
especially the music videos, and especially the short films, and the even the play that you had directed. We had done a review of it long time ago. Uh, how do you get these color combinations? Now you have a set director, you have so many people coming together and putting one thing. How do you really get those color combinations? Is it all pre-decided, or do you go on the job, or do you decide on the
Uh,
field?
I mean, it starts with the script, you know, then we sit with the director, we understand his point of view, his what is the theme. So, the one thing, Jeremy, that I was very, very particular about was that even if it's advertising, I don't want to pick up ads which have no, sensible scripts. I always saw advertising as short films, you know. So I
Right.
always wanted to work with directors who make mini films than just like selling a product, because then it's not fun, and then you stagnate, then it's just about making money, and for me it's always the process more important. So in terms of palette, you have to first sit with the director, you understand the script, you understand what kind of characters does he want us to create, you know. And then I sit with the production designer, and then we kind of between the director, me and the production designer, we think of a palette that works the best for the brand, that works the best for the production design. Also in with the cameraman, the DOP, the director of photography, you know, because certain directors of photography, they work with certain palettes. They don't, most of them don't like to use white, you know, for example. So then you question why can't I use white? So you kind of understand. So this is all something that you learn on the job. Nobody can teach you this, you know. You'll have to get a first-hand experience from somebody who's been there, you know. So yeah, and I love doing color palettes for an ad film. That's why you see that all my films are very interestingly in palette, because
Right.
that I feel that's
I think
really, really
that's one
important for
thing that
costume
stands
design.
out in all your shoots that I've seen so far.
I'm so happy you noticed that, because that's one thing that I really, really am proud of. That I really cracked that well, you know. Because for me, even if you saw my Gaga collection at Fashion Week, I play with color. It's very,
Yeah.
very important. Yeah.
In fact, your collection at Gaga as well was like really, really interesting. And I was like, because I remember meeting you at Rixie's store once, and that time you were
Yeah.
starting off with accessories, and then suddenly you started off with an entire full-blown collection.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
the transition from a stylist, from a model to a
Model.
designer to a stylist, and now
Stylist, and
doing
now I
like
don't know, now
web
maybe a
series,
teacher,
and I
I
don't
don't
know,
know.
the big film is coming her way sometime soon. You never
That will
know.
also come. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I
Yeah,
love
but you're
films,
doing
yeah.
you're really growing, and you're really taking that transition steadily, and you're really going leap by leap and bound by bound. Uh, for a lot of people who want to understand what ad film styling is, or what it takes to be a stylist in a web series, could you run us through the journey as to how it starts from right from the time you sign the contract till the entire creative process till you see the reel?
Uh, the first thing is for any medium, whether it's theater, film, web series, or ad films, is you thoroughly get to know the script, you know. And when I say you read a script, doesn't mean just you read it superficially. You have to go behind you have to peel the layers, you have to understand the characters, you know. So for me, it's very interesting to break down the characters, you know. And then you don't think of the clothes first. You think of you know, what are these characters, what do they stand for, what kind of music do they listen to, you know, what I mean, is this girl a tomboy, or you know. So all that comes into the kind of clothes you're going to give that person. You know, how does that person walk, does he dance a lot, or is he stiff, you know. So all that kind of comes in the kind of clothes that you wear, you know.
Right.
So because the clothes are the closest you know, representation of who you are as a person. You're fluid, you're, you know, restricted, you know. Are you experimental, are you a rocker, are you a hippie? So it all that comes because with thorough you know, understanding the characters, you know. And then you have to constantly go back and forth with the director, because it's ultimately a team effort, you know. Any kind
Right.
of medium, it's a team effort. And then you talk to the producer, then the money talks come in, which is something I hate. But that's a challenge for every ad film, you know, because it's you know, for people who can't talk money too well. So then that comes in. Then you figure out if you want to source these clothes or you want to design. Interestingly, coming from, that's why I tell all these students that styling, if you have a design background, you know, or a little bit interest in also the design part, it's better. Because a lot
Right.
of times we have to design the clothes. Everything cannot be sourced, you know, because when you source everything, the detailing doesn't come across. So a lot of times we have to design. So then you figure whether you're designing or styling or putting it together or renting, and you know, then you go sourcing, and then comes the trials. So with especially with costume design, it's never what you thought it would be. It constantly changes, because what you think will look good on your character, ultimately when you're sitting in the trials, maybe that person cannot carry that off. You know, that happens so many times. You know, maybe because of their personality they can't carry off that skirt. So then you have to, it's a constant you know, work in progress till the actor actually goes on set. That's when you actually lock the look, you know. Till then it's like a constant back and forth, back and forth. And that's the time where you have to drop your ego and you have to say that, you know, whatever it takes, even if I have to change it 10 times, I am going to do it, because at the end of it I want it to be perfect, and I want everybody, you know, to be happy. And that's how you get more work, when you show that kind
Right.
of sincerity. Yeah.
So what's your suggestion or what's your advice for people who would, you know, aspire to get into ad film styling or would like to get into web series styling? How do you think they should take it forward? Because not
Well,
everybody is as lucky as to carve a journey, you know, because there are very few who can
yeah, yeah,
really build
yeah,
contacts.
yeah,
So
yeah.
what's the way forward
So
for them?
the interesting thing is there's so many institutes now, they're coming up with styling courses. You know, at our time we didn't, we just had designing. There was no styling courses, you know. So I feel like there are a lot of workshops you can attend. You can get first-hand experience from people who are already in the industry. That's a great way to learn. And then eventually, I mean, if you should try and work with someone, with an experienced person. Work as an assistant, be open to learning with an assistant. Don't get exploited, because people also exploit you just because, you know, you come in as an assistant. But be ready to learn, and then slowly, because at the end of it, on the job is when you learn, you know, the gritty part of it.
True.
And then it's, if you are good with your job, if you're sincere, it's a you know, you get one job, then you get another one, then you're in the game, and then there's no stopping you. Then you'll
Great.
only move forward. Yeah.
So those are all my questions that I had for you, Tanya. Let's see what our audience has, and so now we open it up for the audience. And if you all have any questions that you would like to ask Tanya, please go ahead and type it right now. So I was seeing a lot of questions coming in before this, and then suddenly, you know, I think they all froze.
I think maybe we answered the questions without knowing. But you know, it was so interesting to teach the Pearl students. They had such beautiful, interesting, intelligent questions to ask me. They
Right,
seem very, very well prepared. You know, so I think the kids nowadays are very smart
right.
and open to learn. Do we have a question?
No, there's somebody who wants to work with you as an intern. So,
How
are there
sweet.
any openings right now? I think in lockdown there is no openings.
Yeah, what's
uh,
the industry,
yeah, okay. Rims has a question. How do budget styling projects? I think it's like,
how,
how do you do budget styling
how do
projects?
you how do you budget a project? That's what I think she
Yeah.
must be asking.
Yes.
Well, it depends. First you talk to the producer, you ask them what's their budget that they want to work within,
Hmm.
and then you work backwards. You create a budget per look. Like if whatever you maybe 5 to 8 grand a look. I mean, it really depends on where you're going to source from. What kind of an ad is it? Do you need to source very designer high end clothes, or are you going to shop from a little middle kind of shops? It really depends on that, but ultimately you have to make a budget which is conducive to the producer's budget, because
Right.
they are the ones who are putting in the money. So yeah, it really depends on your first conversation with the producer.
How do you get all the elements? Is it sometimes that you miss out on a couple of elements which you never really thought of, and once you are on the job, you suddenly realize, oh, these are the aspects which will also need to be included. So, do you
You
have
always
that
keep a buffer.
flexibility?
Yeah, you have that little bit of flexibility, but also when you're making the budget, you also keep a little bit of buffer because a lot of time, a lot of looks get bounced, and you have to create new look. So you always keep a little buffer in your budget. So if anything gets bounced, you have that little extra money to kind of change things around and work on new looks. Yeah.
Cool. So Ritik has a question. He says, is it difficult to do an ad film? Can you please tell us about the hustle that goes behind? Any challenges that you've faced, any experiences that you've had that, which is really something that you've never
I
thought of
mean,
before?
hustle, yes, it is a hustle because now I mean, suddenly the advertising world has opened up to, there's so many students who want to become stylists. So there's a lot of competition now. When we started, there was no competition. But at the end of it, all I can say is no hustle can help you if you're not good with your job. If you're good with your job and if you excel in what you do, it will show. And then then it really doesn't matter. So you should just focus on delivering, well on set. That's it. And in terms of challenges, yeah, I mean, a lot of things go wrong, yeah, on set. Like clothes. Uh, you think of something, and then I did a superhero ad last year. We're doing another one just before the lockdown. So
Okay.
those kind of ads, when you have to design, superheroes, these are not
Uh-huh.
clothes that you can go and buy from the mall. This is
Right.
something that you have to create, and so those kind of ads, I mean, we faced a lot of challenges. So literally, like the ad was going on, and the actors were going on set, and literally we were running behind them to fix things and put things together. So yeah, those were challenging ads that I did, but then all the hard work pays because they're one of my few very, very good ads that I've done, and I'm proud of. Yeah.
Superb. So, yeah. Rims has another question. She says, does
Rims.
age matter in the industry for styling?
Not at
So
all.
a lot of
Not
people
at
have
all.
this notion, that they think stylists are those 21, 22-year-old people, girls or guys who are like, fixing things up and all. But for a
Mm,
creative process to run, you really need somebody who has that experience and who has that. That's what I feel.
absolutely.
What's your take on that?
Absolutely. And has the maturity and the calmness also, because as I told you, advertising is not just a creative process, it's also people's management. You're dealing with really senior people in the industry. You might have to go and talk to the client, to the director, to the producer, and so it's I'm not saying young people are not capable of doing that, but I'm saying that age really doesn't matter. It's how professional you are. That's what matters. You can be a young professional, you can be 40 years old and still be callous, and like, so it's really how you behave, and it is what matters. Age is hardly, it's got nothing to do with it.
Great.
Hmm.
So that comes as a sigh of relief for many of us.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
listen,
because
I hire these assistants, and these young girls, my God, they're so mature, and are so ambitious, and I was quite. I'm always very impressed with these young girls who come and assist me.
Okay, we have one more
I've never had a boy
question.
assistant. Now that's strange. Yeah.
Next time you can hire me.
Yeah.
Ek
Okay.
Rider. I'll do a blog of the entire experience, and probably I'll do a video blog as well.
You should.
My sister's okay. There's another question. My sister's working in the industry from the last 4 to 5 years in
Hmm.
cameos, but in spite of her hard work, she didn't get chance for lead role till now. Any suggestions from you?
Oh my God, so sweet. But I don't think I'm the right person to suggest on that front. But I would say, I think there's a lot of digital. There's a digital platform is really big right now. So I don't know what platform she's on, but she should really tap and look at digital productions, because I'm sure she'll get one, way through on that. So there's work for everybody in this industry. Even though we're going through this crisis, this entertainment industry, I know, will bounce back before we even know it. There's so much work, so we don't have to feel insecure. I'm sure your sister will, crack through. Sure, she'll get it. It's a matter of time.
Yeah, I think they say that the night is darkest before dawn, and
Yeah,
we all go through that career phase where we think that nothing's going to happen or we are going to hit rock bottom. And I
yeah,
think it's just that confidence in yourself and in what you're doing would really help
yeah,
her and would really take her next forward. And like Tanya said, I think digital is really, really booming.
yeah.
And there are so many aspects of digital which she can explore. To give you a very classic example, recently the top A grade celebrities like Amitabh Bachchan and Ranbir Kapoor and all did a short film whilst they were at home.
Yeah, I
So
saw
when they
that. It was
have
so
these
lovely.
avenues and when they're creating, creativity has no limits. The more you limit yourself, the
Yeah,
more you would like to break through. So I think, if she just keeps hustling a little more and she just kind of, knocks the right platform and she kind of
yeah.
is open to doing things which she is comfortable with, I think it can, doors will open for everyone.
Absolutely, absolutely. And you should also be positive along with your sister, So I'm sure it will work out. Yeah.
Okay, Dinah has a question. So Dinah's asking you, what are the three basic things required for styling?
Aesthetics, very important. You should have the basic sense of aesthetics, and patience. In for advertising, this I'm particularly talking about advertising. A lot of patience, because things keep going wrong and you keep correcting it. So the ability to be patient and to not give up and to work under, the deadlines are very tight. So to be able to work under stressful deadlines. I'm giving you a very practical, this thing, points of advertising. And yeah, and the ability to understand, I mean, the director and the other creative heads that you'll be working with, to be able to adapt that, what their process is, and to create that into design. That's very important. So you should be open. You should keep your creative mind open to suggestions, and then you come up with your design for the character. I think these are things which, for me, which have worked very nicely.
Superb. You rock, Gaga. Thanks a lot, ma'am.
Gaga is also going to come back, but more mature and more evolved, hopefully.
Yeah, we're waiting for the collection and we're waiting for a show at Lakme
Yeah.
Fashion Week.
Yeah, I don't know about that though, because fashion for me, it's
Is
just
not
changed
fashion.
meaning, now. Yeah, especially after this crisis, I think fashion, sustainability, recycling, we have to really start thinking now. Yeah, even as I was telling you, even in advertising, the amount of extravagance and the money spent, and now after seeing all where we're going to head, I feel we'll have to, production houses will have to make an effort to be more sustainable, and recycle stuff, reuse stuff, because uh, we've really abused our resources. Come on, if we can't learn that lesson now, I don't think we should wait for another blast to happen. This is the time we should learn that.
So how do you think we can actually change that, or how do you think, because usually it's a need of the hour, and this industry is so competitive. What do you think would change, or what do you think? For example,
I
just starting off with like celebrities not repeating their outfits. And
Yeah,
a
because
lot of
that
international stars have started doing that. I
yeah.
think what other suggestions would you have to give, in terms
No,
of
but
how we could be more sustainable?
I feel like, yeah, this not repeating the outfit and shaming people for wearing one outfit again. I mean, it's a mentality disorder that we need to change. We need to
Right.
make recycling, reusing, we need to make that cool for the younger generation to actually understand that if you have a t-shirt that you've had for 10 years and you're still wearing it, there's no shame behind it. There's an emotional value to your clothes which you should be proud of, so
Exactly.
that mentality change has to come from the fashion magazines, the bloggers. They need to instill that in people, that it's okay to it's cooler to reuse than keep buying new things. Like I personally never understood consumerism. That's why I had to stop my label at that time, because I just didn't understand why people need to buy new clothes every 2 months. Like, I don't understand that. And for especially for fashion, I think it's a responsibility that all of us have on our heads, that we need to change that mentality. So yeah, even in advertising, I feel a lot of recycling needs to be done, because there are godowns full of clothes, and then so many poor people who don't have clothes. It's just that the balance is so off. So now, hopefully, we all, are aware, and we do this in a more sustainable way. Everything, all the industries,
Right.
especially entertainment, because it's the most opulent, most extravagant industry, that we have. So we need to think this through.
Okay, so Div has this interesting question. She's saying that,
Yeah,
fashion weeks are dead.
yeah,
We all love fashion weeks, and I mean, I'd like to paraphrase this entire question that she's put. So we all like fashion weeks, but the whole idea of fashion week, like you said, that there are certain things which had started off and now it's just become like a tradition. Even fashion weeks had started when, you would, a designer, it would be more of a trade show and a B2B show where a designer would showcase her collection and it would be shown to the media and to the buyers who would then place orders with these designers,
yeah.
which would then come on the racks 6 months later, say 5 months later, from the time you've shown your collection. That's why we had the alternating seasons. Today, Fashion
Mhm.
Week has become more like a fad. You see every second brand, every second sponsor wanting to do a fashion show and having, like, 15, 20 designers. Do you think that's also becoming a little saturated, and do you think that something needs to change about it?
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to talk too much on the fashion scene because now I'm not in it right now. But obviously, the whole purpose of Fashion Week has changed. It's more about you being seen there, and you this whole concept of, if you're seen in Fashion Week, you're important. If you're not, you don't exist. So I mean, it's high time we go beyond, and we don't put these things in the newer generations that are coming. Let's like educate them to be more evolved, to understand, what is the dark side of fashion, and how we can change that. And it's not just about being vain and being seen at Fashion Week and who's the showstopper. I mean, हो गया ना, अभी कितना करेंगे? It's enough. And we are seeing, fashion is the most one of the third most pollutive industry, and like everybody should know that. Every young kid should know that, and they should be conscious of what they're buying and when they're buying. This is something that we have to talk about. I think everybody needs to talk about. Okay, I'm getting emotional. Talk about something else. Yeah.
One minute. Okay, she's saying fashion industry is the biggest pollutant. Okay, yeah,
We
and
know that.
a lot of people saying hi to you.
Hi.
Okay, so Tanya, I mean, we still be having the questions rolling. What if people want to learn more from you? Because I feel that the ones who are on the job are the best teachers, and they can give
Yeah.
you the live experience more than a classroom setup or something like that. Have you ever thought about it, especially during lockdown?
Yeah, so I during the lockdown, I mean, instead of feeling useless and what do I do, and all I know is my skill. Now, how can I use my skill to in this time? And that's when I thought of. I actually just thought about it, and I got a call on its own from this institute, and they said, "Are you interested in doing a guest lecture?" I was like, "What better way and what better time to share your knowledge than now?" And if you can help
Wow.
and motivate, yeah, and because I have all the time in the world, and I did that one session with these 85 odd students, and I tell you, like, I've done modeling, I've done fashion shows, I've done all sorts of ad films, but the satisfaction that I got from telling these kids what the truth about the jobs that they're going to, because it's such an overwhelming experience for them, that they're going to come into the industry, they don't know how it works, it's intimidating, even emotionally, to guide them to how to
Right.
maneuver around it, because it's a very brutal world. It's not that I mean, it is challenging. If you can sail through it, great, you become a stronger person. So it was very, very I think it was a great learning for me to understand that now it's the time to give. Give your knowledge. It's basically just the time to give right now. It's the season to give. So for me, I can give my experience. That's all I have right now, and a lot of experience. And if that helps in grounding these kids and preparing them for their world, their working world, and make the softer for them to get into the industry, I would love it. Love to
So,
do
are you
that.
open to options of doing more guest lecturing and conducting workshops?
Absolutely.
Great. So,
Absolutely. And
all you
preparing
people
these
listening to that,
warriors.
you know who to
I
tap
want to
and whom
create
to
that
get in touch
warriors
with.
that will be ready to like go and fight. Yeah, because even
Exactly.
shoots, it's so funny. Like every time we are shooting and we have this, I have a whole team, and it's almost like going to war. Like, and like the kind of clothes. Also, like a simple thing, like when these assistants come on board and they want to be on set, I even guide them to what kind of clothes should you wear and come on set. That's very important because you're working with like a really big crew of people. So they, for safety, like, never wear chappals and come on set, always wear shoes because they're lights and this and wires and all that. So these small things which you can't learn.
Right.
Yeah. So yeah, I would love to share my knowledge for sure. And I think we
Okay.
both are planning something, so we can talk about that.
Definitely, we'll do that. I think after
Yeah.
we take all these questions, so Tanya, we have seen. So this is a question from Neeraj Rahi. Very big
Mm-hmm.
question. Hey Tanya, we have seen a responsible citizen and raise your voice against things happen in the past. My question is how you going to contribute to the society after lockdown with your strategy?
Oh, strategy. I don't have a I don't have a strategy. I'm going to start with my own consumption pattern, because everything, charity starts at home. Instead of
Right.
teaching anybody else, I want to start, curbing my habits of buying new things and recycling within friends. I do that, and I'm going to do that even more, where I don't have to buy new clothes. We make a pact between friends where we can swap and wear each other's clothes every 6 months. We swap, and so I'm going to first do that at home, and then teach outside.
Introduce it
If
to a
you can't
larger.
change your own habits, you have no audacity to go and tell other people what to do. So sustainability, trying to be as sustainable as possible, and this time has taught us to be sustainable. We are
Right.
all living in our means. So this is a great lesson. This is like a class for everybody. Open class, free. Sit at home and learn now. Yeah.
Okay, we have Shruti asking a question. So Shruti is asking you, how do you move ahead when you have done enough assistant work with senior stylists? How do you move ahead to go to independent projects?
Yeah.
So when do you
So
know that you have to take the transition?
Yeah, you must take that transition, because otherwise you just get stuck in being a assistant for a long time. You should pick up smaller projects, or if you have a good rapport with your own head stylist, you can tell her that if anything comes across which you can't take, why don't you pass it on to me? And which we do that as stylists, we do that, and we feel very proud when your own assistant is doing her own project. So if you can do that, you can put it across your stylist. That's great. Otherwise, you can approach production houses on your own. Say that this is my deal as an assistant. I would love to do an independent project. One job you will get, and it's all about getting that one job, and then it just follows.
दिल्ली में कौन सा थिएटर अच्छा है एक्टिंग स्किल के लिए?
दिल्ली गई नहीं मैं यार, इतने साल हो गए.
This question is from Kuldeep. Well, Kuldeep, she's a stylist and not an actress, but I don't know. You have any suggestion for him? Delhi गई नहीं हो?
What's the... नहीं, मैं
Acting
तो
school
दिल्ली
in
नहीं गई
Delhi.
यार. एक्टिंग स्कूल इन दिल्ली मैं कैसे बताऊं, बट वो है ना, नेशनल स्कूल ऑफ ड्रामा इज इन दिल्ली, राइट? So that's there.
Great. You are good and positive. Shubhangi is saying. Lot of
Oh.
lot of well wishers you have. You know, like being overwhelmed with the well wishes, and then
मुझे तो
there is
कुछ
one
दिख नहीं रहा
small.
है. What kind of... I can't see anything. I don't know. I can only see you.
I think when you see the recorded video, you'll be able to see all the
I think,
questions.
yeah.
Can you please
Of
tell us
course I can.
something about your collection?
Oh, my collection. It's been such a long time, but I don't know. You can go back and see Gaga Fashion Week. You can see it
On YouTube, it would be.
online. I was young and rebellious at that time. So my design sense was very provocative, also a bit. Changing the norms of the white shirt concept. I think I started that time. Why do you have to wear a white shirt only with a Western outfit? You can wear it with Indian. I was just rebelling. So for me, fashion was also me expressing my art. So for me, fashion is, like now I like sustainability, I like yoga. So my fashion, my brand is going to change. So I think that's your collection, your fashion sense has to be very, very close to what you are as a person at that point of time. You have to be honest about it.
So very interesting question by Rims. What kind of clothes should you wear on a shoot when you're styling?
Ooh.
You just
Okay.
dropped the bean and she caught on it.
Yeah.
Tell us the dress code.
Very good.
Tell us the
So
dress code.
I usually tell my assistants to be more professionally dressed, because especially wear proper shoes, because there's a lot of running around. It's not safe to wear chappals. You can get hurt. And if possibly wear jeans and a top or a shirt or something, but nothing that takes too much attention. Because you're there to do your job. It's not about how we look. It's about how we make others look. So that I kind of always go with that kind of front. In that also you can have your own style. I'm not saying you have to look like geeks. You can have your own style in just your jeans and a t-shirt and sneakers. But something comfortable and professional is, the protocol for me.
Great. Urvi is asking, are you looking forward to do some independent sessions and workshops? I think you just answered, but yeah.
Yes, I'm totally planning to do that. It's in the pipeline, and we'll announce it soon.
I think Urvi, you can follow Tanya Sharma, Gaga by Tanya Sharma, right? And
Yeah.
whenever she's making an announcement, and you can hit on the notification, so whenever she's making an announcement, you'll be the first to be updated about it. How much,
Yeah.
Rims is asking, how much work experience is good enough to start as a freelancer?
As a freelancer, I think if you do 3 or 4, ad films as an assistant, you could. Depends on what kind of films have you done. I don't think it's ever too early or to start. You can start. Like I didn't assist somebody. I just directly dived into it. So I think just be confident and just do a good job. But when that job does come to you, give it your 200%. Because that will make or break you. Yeah.
True. Okay, Kuldeep says that, oh, he's not asking for acting school, but theater. Sorry, but I think she said that she's not been to Delhi that
National School of
often.
Drama in Delhi, and yeah, the
Theater,
National School
theater.
of Drama. This,
National School
huh,
of Drama.
yeah, yeah, it's one of the best, and there'll be many theater groups there that you can join. Kuldeep, I'm sorry, I'm not an actress, but I'm sure you'll find. Otherwise, just come to
Superb.
Bombay. Just go to Prithvi. That's all you
Any
need to do.
plans for getting into acting? Now that you've spilled the beans.
No, I mean, I
Come
don't know.
on.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, yeah. I mean, I'm always open to things. You know that. Like, I'm not the
Right.
kind of person to. When I was born, I said, when I was a kid, I said, "मैं ये बनूंगी और मैं वही बनूंगी." I don't think so. I think we all change, evolve, and I'm very, very intrigued by people who can act. And if I can do it one day, it's why not? I'm open to it.
Superb.
Maybe I
You
can
said you're
ask
an.
Kuldeep.
Yeah, go
Sorry,
ahead.
but kidding. Yeah.
So you mentioned that you're an army kid. Do you think discipline plays a very important role in this entire journey?
Very, very, very important. Discipline, punctuality. You have to be, your word of you just your basic essence of your discipline is very, very important, especially in advertising, because the kind of work hours, the kind of, because it's there's so much at stake in making an ad film. There's so much money at stake. There's so many people that you're dealing with, and so I mean, if you are lazy and callous, this is not the industry for you, really. I mean, I'll be as brutal as I can. Yeah. So yeah, discipline is good in general, no, for your own well-being.
Absolutely. I think, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, any more questions? Do you all want to see Tanya in some movie next time? Acting and not really styling?
Shut up.
Come on, you can do a cameo at least. You can be like,
I don't know. Most of my friends are filmmakers. If they ask me to do something, obviously I'll do it.
definitely.
Yeah, I mean, I worked with this beautiful director called Bob, who Kunal Kapoor and Bob are the two people who've taught me whatever I know, in terms of styling. And every time I've done a ad with Bob, he used to always put me in the ad, you know. And a lot of times they would shoot me and I don't even know I'm in the ad. I'm like, oh my God, how do you guys do that? So I've done my little cameos in ads. I won't tell you now, but I have like a few other scenes in ad
Oh,
films that I've
superb.
done.
So Dinah is asking, there are more questions rolling in. Dinah is asking, any tips for freshers who's willing to join fashion industry as bloggers?
Oh, that I think you should answer. No, you're a blogger. I don't know anything about blogging.
I think blogging
Sharmi,
and
please
style.
tell us.
I think the core aspects remain the same. You need discipline. You need to be very consistent with what you're doing. You need to be open to changing times. I think when I started off in 2008, you didn't even have Instagram. And
Oh,
we
wow.
moved from blog to Facebook to suddenly Twitter became very prominent in 2012, and suddenly there
Yeah.
was this wave of Instagram in 2014 where everybody started just starting off with Instagram as a platform. So I think you need
Yeah.
to be open with changing times, and I think change is the only constant in this
Adapt.
industry. And
Yeah, change is the only constant period. Like that's what, like right now, you just have to accept change and it's okay.
yeah. And then you go whole circles. I think like what your life experience is, that you started off as a model, then you went into becoming a designer, then you started doing these styling. You never know, tomorrow you'll get into acting, or you never know, you might actually start a whole styling studio, or you might get into some different form of something. I think life is a journey in this industry, and it just takes its form as it when. And we kind of now, like you mentioned, like if you styling, and if you had an
Yeah.
experience, since you had an experience of costume designing, it became more easier for you. So when
Yeah.
you look behind, you can actually join the dots, but when it's happening to you, you would not really realize why is
Yeah.
this particular thing happening to you. But I think, yeah,
Yeah.
consistency, discipline, constantly being open to changes is something that would make you a good blogger in this
and
industry.
and trust yourself, so that is one thing that you should always remember. Whatever you do,
Definitely.
you should have the
Confidence
basic
is one thing, yeah.
confidence, yeah, the basic faith in your own self. So I mean, it doesn't come that jaldi. It's a matter. I mean, it's a journey that you get that, trust and that confidence. But yeah, you should always be aware of that. That you've always got your own back, if nothing else.
True. Are there any projects offshore that you collaborate on? Like I am in Paris doing my MBA. I was I was a fashion features editor for an AI fashion tech company. Hence would love to know.
I mean, I've worked with international directors, a lot of international directors. I've worked with this beautiful director from Paris called Bruno Avaliar. Oh my God, he's amazing. And then with the director in UK, then we've also shot, we go and shoot ad films also abroad. So if that's what you mean, work offshore, yeah, we're always open to it. In fact, you learn so much when you're working with an international crew, because their aesthetics, their working style is so different, and it's so respectful to work with a crew from another country, because they also extract from you what you would actually not deliver, in your own country, but they would extract that from you. So it's very interesting to work, yeah, with international teams. Always open to that.
So, guys, the whole intention for having these chat sessions on Fashion Most Wanted is also that you come up and close with the people that we are introducing you to, with the creative minds that we bring on this platform, is because I want you all to go ahead and connect with them. I want you all to actually follow them on their Instagram, see what they're doing. You can always DM them, you can always chat with them. I'm sure we've got time to talk with Tanya today because, and thanks to the lockdown, had it been any other day in her schedule, she would not even have 5 minutes to have a chat like this. But today we are just relaxed because of lockdown. So, like
Yeah.
we are seeing, we're taking the best advantage of this lockdown and getting all the busy people who are really, really caught up with their work. Like last time we had a chat with a hairstylist and she gave us amazing tips of how to deal with your hair care during lockdown. Today we have Tanya. She's telling us about a different career scope, a different kind of avenues, the kind of challenges that the fashion industry face. The whole idea is that you take this conversation further with her and you can connect with her and be in touch with her, because that's the whole motive of these chat sessions. So
Yeah.
uh, we want to build this community, and since you've been asking such interesting questions, I'm sure you'll be curious to know a little bit more. Next time, if you all are
Absolutely.
stuck somewhere, you all can always message her or you can always ping her and tell her, what so and so is happening, what should I do? And I'm sure
Absolutely.
she would love to give you advice.
Yeah. And if they want to look at my work, I have a YouTube channel called Tanya Gaga, where all my ad films are hosted. So they'll just get a perspective to, who they're talking to, what kind of work has she done,
Right.
and it'll be interesting for them to
In
study
fact,
and
what
look up.
we'll do is we'll share that on our page after this, so I'll put up
Okay.
the link so they
Yeah,
can
that's
get to see
great.
your work.
Yeah.
Uh, is there any way to reach out to you the next time you're in Paris post lockdown and boundaries open to collab and work
Just
in your
DM
team?
me on Instagram, you know. I think that's the best way. But yeah, I mean, let's just hope for the lockdown and the international flights to start. And don't worry, we are coming to Paris. Just the thought of it is so exciting, like I've turned red just thinking about it. But it'll happen, I'm sure.
But I think nature switched the reset button, and like you said that, we should really be responsible.
Yeah,
Had you ever
that
imagined you would not be able to travel countries? Had you ever imagined that, friends and family members would be separated
never
and you
thought.
couldn't go out and you couldn't do these things? I mean, I never even, I think even in a war, you don't have these kind of parameters, but the way
Yeah,
this small little invisible virus has done to all of us. So
yeah, yeah,
you just realize how vulnerable we are, and it finally just zeroes down to one thing: no doctor, no leader, no ruler, no one can do anything. It's your immune system that can save you. So I think, it's fascinating when you just
It's
realize the whole.
fascinating. I get
Exactly.
goosebumps thinking about it,
It's like
what you can
nobody,
learn.
today the richest of the richest people are having
It's an
problems, and
equalizer,
even
yeah.
everybody is having. You have leaders, you have religious people, you have everybody, and everybody is, kind of still, because the only
If
thing that
this
can
won't
fight
humble
this.
you down, if this won't humble you down, nothing can. This is such a humbling experience for everybody.
True.
Yeah. It's beautiful if you actually think of it.
So much of
It's beautiful that
introspection, so
we did
much
that.
of
So much.
your immunity is going to save you, nothing else.
Can you
And
imagine?
we rely on so many things. We rely on security guards, and we rely on, these very well
Yeah.
built houses, and these,
Yeah.
air
Kuch
purifiers
kuch nahi
and
bacha sakta hai.
everything, and the most luxurious cars and everything, and all these things. You just suddenly realize that what's the use of a car if you can't take it out and ride it.
Exactly.
Well,
So that's another thing.
petrol
Yeah.
prices have dropped down because suddenly people have realized you don't need fuel. So
Wow,
yeah.
like that, it's amazing, and that's another big thing, big change is the wellness industry. Wellness in terms of yoga and diet and kind of good food. What a
Exactly.
beautiful change! What a beautiful change, man. Like we should just look at these positives, and especially for the younger generation. That are going to be the future leaders or whatever actors or designers or whatever. Health is your main priority, is what you should learn from this. Your own immune system, your own habits of eating, exercising, keeping your ego down. That's what's going to save you. Nothing else can save you.
No, in fact,
Because
the
then these things
first
are going
week
to happen.
when the first week when the lockdown happened, I was very agitated because suddenly you're curbed to doing so little when you used to do so much. And then I realized that anger is also not good because it's going to affect my immune system. So,
Yep.
I had to
Yep.
drop it down. I had to give up on expectations. I had to give up on hopes, and I had to rely on myself. And like the old saying goes, health is wealth. So you've realized your real wealth.
We took it for granted.
We
It
all
just
took it for
passed us.
granted.
Yeah.
We all took it for granted, I must say.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, touch wood, like since the last 4 years, I've been in a very strict yoga practice. So I've been like, it's almost like, my friend Himanshi and we were
Okay.
discussing yesterday that somehow, like, it's so uncanny. It's almost like we were preparing for this time, you know? So because we've been, so working on your own self is a concept that you realize very later in life.
Right.
Thankfully, it wasn't that late for me. But yeah, it's always good to get into a nice exercise spiritual if you can practice. And usually these spiritual practices we don't relate it to the younger generation, but if we can push it from that level, I think it will be better for the entire, you know humankind, if we can instill that kind of discipline.
In fact, you
That'll
just
be an
revealed.
ideal world.
In fact, you just answered your next question. I was just going to ask you, how do you manage to look young and the same? Like, from the time I've known you, you've just looked same and exactly the same. I was just wondering what. And now you just
I
mentioned
don't
that
think I should tell you
yoga
my
and
age on
this.
stage, you'll fall.
And then, no, I'm also not mentioning anything, but I just said from the time I've met you and, till now, I mean, you've changed, you've
I'm
been
in my
through three.
40s, Jeremy. Like really, like I
But
don't have any qualms about telling my age, because I want it to be an example for people to know that only when you can take care of your own body will it, give back to you. If you have to be more aware and more conscious of not just your eating and your drinking and your exercise or whatever, your mind. Only when the
exactly.
mind is pure, the body will be happy, you know. So that's why I feel like this is again a big shift for all of us to, adapt some good things in our life after this. Okay, now I'm sounding
Okay,
like
then.
one auntie. I have to sound cool.
So we're coming to our end of our live chat session. Thank you, Tanya. It
Yeah.
was really, really nice meeting you and catching up with you. And we
Yeah.
hope we have more such sessions and
Let's
workshops
do
planned out for
it.
the near
Let's do
future.
it. Let's do it.
And
Always.
yeah, thank you for sharing